What's scarier than a man with a gun hunting you down? A man with a gun that you can't see. The art of military usage of camouflage extends way back in time, and today I want to walk you through it. Right before we get into it, I want to sincerely thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Maybe drop a like or subscribe to let me know that people are interested in this sort of topic. Without any further ado, thank you very much for watching. Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, you know the one, discussed the concept of camouflage well before it was employed in warfare through mass production. Aristotle lived from 384 to 322 BCE, and his contributions spanned various fields, including philosophy, science, ethics, and politics. While he never said the term camouflage, his observations and writings indicate an understanding of concepts relating to blending in with surroundings, aligned with the principles of camouflage as we know it today. In his work, Historia Animalium, History of Animals, Aristotle wrote about various animals and their adaptations to their environments. He observed how certain animals' coloration could allow them to better blend into their surroundings, making them less visible to predators or potential prey. This notion of blending in can be considered a rudimentary form of camouflage. Aristotle's writing laid the foundation for the understanding of camouflage. However, the systematic use of camouflage in warfare became more refined and widespread in the modern era. Enough of the formal groundwork. Let's get into the actual camouflage in warfare. In the late 4th century, in the later Roman Empire, a writer named Vegetius did us a big favor in describing the Venetian blue used in the Gallic Wars, which is a sea-colored blue-green that Julius Caesar painted to scouting ships. Very rudimentary, but Julius sailed so soldiers could snipe. The 1800s were kind of slow. The British used a green uniform for reconnaissance missions. This pretty much began the use of natural earthy colored uniforms for the purpose of concealing. In 1914, a big-ass war started. Some could call it great enough that it would end all wars forever. On the water, ships were painted to hide from other ships. German U-boats prowled the seas in wolf packs, so the sexual concealment was vital. In the skies, planes were painted to hide from ground forces and aerial forces alike. However, some opted for more noticeable colors. In 1915, this French artist named Lucien Victor Durand de Cévola developed a new camo pattern, disruptive. We will get into how different kinds of camouflage work in just a century, but just know that this was huge. Guys, guess what? It looks like another war is starting. So much for ending all wars. This is where camo technology really took off. A really cool sniper hid in the snow and killed so many it became known as the White Death. Nothing else to say other than speed round. In 1940, the United States Army introduced frog skin camouflage patterns for use on uniforms. In 1942, British commandos started putting that shit on their face. In 1943, the U.S. introduced dazzle camo for ships to confuse enemy targeting. Is it getting cold in here? In 1951, the U.S. introduced the leaf pattern for use in a bunch of different environments. The Vietnam War started, and now the enemy are in the damn trees. Camo designed for jungle warfare. In the 80s, the U.S. made the BDU woodland camo pattern. In the 1990s, Canada did something and started using digital camouflage, which is more pixelated. Right, here we go. I've been throwing around a lot of lingo. Time to go through all the different kinds of camouflage. We've got the really old basic stuff like concealing coloration. This is just wearing colors or patterns that match the environment around you. This is likely the oldest form of camouflage. Then in World War I, boats were painted with disruptive coloration, bold patterns and clashing colors to break up the outline of the wearer. There's counter shading, which isn't really used in the military, but basically just has the bottom of something be lighter than the top, which confuses shading. There's mimicry, which is when the hider disguises itself as another object or animal. Stick bugs or leaf bugs, for example. Background matching, which is similar to concealing coloration. Moths that become a different color to hide in a post-industrial environment, for example. I'm sure you know about that one. Motion camouflage. This type involves the use of dynamic patterns or movements to break up an object's outline. Holographic camouflage. Some animals, like the midshipman fish, can reflect light to create patterns to match their environment, making them harder to spot. Lastly, we got disguise. Pretty much the same as mimicry. Alright, now let's talk about the very, very clearly visible elephant in the room. UCP, Universal Camouflage Pattern. Used in the desert wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, it did the opposite of what a good camouflage should do. It made the wearer stand out. Digital camouflage has two layers. The micro pattern, which are the individual pixels, and the macro pattern, which are the shapes those individual pixels make up. If the scale of the macro pattern shape is too small, it causes this little effect called isoluminance. It makes the camo easily visible from far away. The UCP fell to this effect, which ultimately led to its failure. where is camouflage technology going from here? Screens. Invisibility through cameras and screens. Before the government gets me, I'm a happy person. I can swim really well. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like to let the algorithm know I'm here. Comment below a topic you want me to talk about next. I'm open to suggestions. I'll see you next time. See ya.